Welcome to a Trekzone conversation. Matt Miller with you at Supanova in Brisbane. It's the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre behind me. The delightful, the talented Amy Acker is my guest today.
Now, in its 7th year of podcasting, Trekzone presents a Trekzone conversation with your host, Matt Miller.
Well, it's a Trekzone conversation. We're continuing Supanova Week here on Trekzone, and I'm joined by the lovely, the amazing Amy Acker. Amy, thanks for a little bit of your time.
Oh my goodness, thanks for having me.
Now, you came to my attention as Root in Person of Interest, but you've done so much more. Can you give us a little bit of a background on your roles?
Goodness. Well, this is the 20th anniversary of Angel, which was sort of my first job that I was on.
As a child actor, right?
Not quite, but I had just graduated from college. So I've kind of been in this genre world for my whole career, and I'm happy about that. I love getting to do stuff like this.
Is it a good genre? It seems that this is the genre that brings out fans and creates conventions and all sorts of things, and people come out of the woodwork
it's
just to see you.
I've met so many just really generous, lovely people this weekend and at all of these conventions, and have made friends with people who are so open about their stories and how these characters and shows have affected them. And also, as an actor, just getting to play in these kind of parts where anything can happen and you can have these complete transformations, and it's really exciting.
When you hear stories from fans about how your work touches them and shapes different career paths and the way that they act, and they might be cosplaying you and all this sort of stuff, what's that like, to sit at a table and have people come up to you and go, oh my gosh, it's you?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, because you never really feel like when you're playing a part that it's having any, you're playing the character to
it's a job.
The way that you feel like is honoring that specific person, and you don't think like, oh, people might identify with this, or this could help someone. And so when you, after this time, there's people telling stories from Angel who were 20 years ago, and there's people from Person of Interest, and even The Gifted that I was just on. They're having stories about, this has helped me because of this, and I'm now a computer programmer because I was inspired by Root, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Well, the character of Root, so deeply entrenched in computers and hardware and all that sort of stuff. Is that Amy the person, or was there a deep dive on learning all of that?
Yeah, I did have to learn quite a bit, but luckily Jonah Nolan is super, super smart, and I think he at one point was deciding between being a writer or a programmer himself, so he has a vast amount of knowledge on the subject. So I just would be shocked every time they would be like, we're building a supercomputer out of old Nintendos. I would be like, that's funny, and they're like, no, you can really do that. I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, Person of Interest, this series that you started as a guest star and then really became integral to the duo of John and Mr. Reese, and becoming, this, as I say, this central character in the show's run. And we're actually rewatching it at Trekzone at the moment. So we're sort of up to the point where you've been in a couple of times, but we know what's coming. Was there any sort of anticipation for the character, or any sort of destination for the character, or was it very much just off the cuff? And
yeah, I think when I started, they had told me I would be in maybe 5 episodes, and I kind of was excited about that and didn't know that it was going to lead to something else. And I don't remember when the actual moment came that I was there full time, but it just all felt very natural. Like they kept writing great stuff, and I enjoyed being around them so much, and I probably just forced them to keep me there. I didn't want to leave.
What's coming up for Amy? Is there anything that we should be looking for you on?
Well, I'm about to be the voice of Lois Lane in the new Superman Red Sun animated movie that comes out in January, and I'm working on developing some stuff actually with some of the writers from Person of Interest. So seeing what's up, what's going to happen next.
So we should keep an eye out, but Amy Acker is coming back.
Oh, yes.
To a production soon.
So. Yeah.
From your perspective, it's more work.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Well, Amy, thank you so much. There's a line of people waiting for you now, so we better let you go and continue this Supanova experience.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
You can get social with Trekzone. Australia's unofficial home of Star Trek is everywhere you are. Get the wrap-up on our Facebook page. Keep in the loop on Twitter and relive Trek episodes on Instagram. Just search for Trekzone.